Well guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to probably the last Crystal of Atlan video that I will be making on the channel, as this is my sort of final review and thoughts on the game. So basically guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through what I like about the game and what I don't like about the game. And you can probably gather from the fact that I said this will be my last video that the dislikes will be quite a bit higher than the likes, because there's lots in this game that are pretty much open to debate whether they're a good thing or not. But we'll get into it. So please like down below if you do enjoy this video, subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna start off with what I do actually like about this game, as there's a couple of things that really stand out. Now, don't get us wrong guys, I don't hate this game, I don't wish it bad, I don't want it to fail or anything like that, but there is issues with it. However, things I like about this game, the combat is extremely fun, right? I'll be honest with you, like the double jumping, the dashing, the combos, and how smooth it is actually really well done, and I do enjoy running around on certain classes and attacking things. I played an Elementalist as a main, which is like a mage, and I did enjoy the extremely flashy spells I can cast and firing a massive meteor at a group of enemies and watching it explode in a massive flash of light. You know what I mean? It's really quite enjoyable to play. And I'm playing it on mobile. I did try it on PlayStation 5 as well, where the graphics are a bit better, and it is a visually stunning game, especially in the combat. The story, the overall like sort of lore of the game seems to be quite interesting. Now, let's just disclaimer this, because I did press skip on pretty much everything, but it does this cool thing where if you skip a cutscene or you skip a dialogue, it gives you a summary in a box before you press OK to skip, so you can just read that and get a summary of what's going on. But essentially there's some sort of crystal and the Crystal of Atlan, big power source, everyone wants it, people come to kill you, stuff like that. You go through the motion of going to different towns and gaining allies and helping people out, and it's just the normal thing you would get on a game like this. And finally guys, the PvP, I really enjoyed the PvP on this game. The 1v1 specifically, I didn't try the 3v3 because I've got no friends that were online when I wanted a PvP, but I did enjoy the 1v1. It did get a bit repetitive, and I will touch on what I dislike very shortly, because I did dislike the PvP as well, which I will get into. But for the most part, early PvP, lower rank PvP is extremely enjoyable. Like I say, the arena is really small. It's like a small circle. It does get a bit tedious. Like I was hoping maybe it's a battleground or something a little bit bigger, but the current PvP is pretty decent. Now guys, it's the part of the video where that's just literally 3 things I like about the game. I'm going to go into the stuff I don't like about the game. The problems, the issues the game has that I think need addressed. Otherwise, I don't see this game lasting very long unless you're a certain type of player, which I will start to get into now. Well, it's no surprise to anyone that the game is pay to win. Now, we knew this before we started. We knew it was going to have pay to win elements before we created our first character in the game. And I knew it was going to be PvE. So dungeons and quests and stuff is 100% pay to win. And I don't mind. Honestly, I don't feel affected by someone spending loads of money to make themselves stronger in the PvE environment. However, I have hit max level, okay? I'm the Elementalist, I'm level 60, I've unlocked all the gear slots, I've got quite decent gear. I go into a dungeon, I do about 4 to 5 million damage in the entire dungeon, and then the pay-to-win character does 20 million to 30 million before I've even hit 1 million. I don't mind, because they're carrying us, it makes it go faster, but because of this, I do not feel like I'm progressing in the game whatsoever. I can upgrade my gear by doing dungeons, doing raids and stuff like that. I'll get increased gear value, I'll increase another stat that you need to access higher content, but I feel like my grind time is completely wasted. I can spend a week grinding out new gear and not even touch on what a pay-to-win player, a whale, or whatever you want to call them, can do in 5 minutes. It is literally that much of a gap between the free-to-play and the peer-to-play players. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, like I say, guys, I know games have to make an income to survive. That is quite... It's fine, you know. It doesn't affect me. People pay, and people want to pay, they can pay as much as they want. But as a free-to-play player, I don't feel like I'm progressing enough to compete or even keep up with anybody who isn't a free-to-play player. It doesn't feel like an accomplishment, and I got bored pretty fast after hitting level 60. I did a couple of runs and raids and stuff, and I was just like, well, what's the point? Because I'll be spending another month or so doing this to try and catch up to someone who's probably light years ahead of us by the time I've done that point. So it just felt like it was completely pointless to do. Next, guys, I want to touch on a system that's being implemented in a lot of games now, which is the energy system. Now, every day, the new server launch, this is fair enough. You can only progress so much in the main story. When you reach a certain point, I think it's per chapter, it'll say you have to wait until the next day. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning for me, the daily reset, until you can continue the campaign. So, generally speaking, if you're leveling up, the campaign gives you the most experience to level up your character and hit max level as fast as possible. Now, what you also need to consider in this aspect is there is energy on this game. So you need energy to do most things like dungeons, raids, and story missions. So you'll have like a maximum of, I think it's 150 energy per day, unless you've got items that supplement it and give you more, but you only use so many per day, so you can get like an extra, I think that's 10, 5, so I think you can get an extra 70 energy per day with items if you're a free-to-play player, that is. Now, look at the top left, you can see I'm level 28 and I've got 10 out of 120 energy left. So I can do one more story mission in this day when I was live streaming this, and that's it. I have to swap characters. Now, I came from vanilla World of Warcraft years ago. If you run out, there was no energy, you know what I mean? You maybe just get a certain amount of times you can do a certain raid or something, but there's no limitation to what you can do. You can carry on farming or keep running dungeons as much as you want. You're paying for the service, whatever, you can keep going, and you can just grind and grind and grind. Play it all day long if you want. Now, this game limits you to about 2 hours worth of play time per day, per character. Now, I like to play a game for extended periods of time, and I feel like this one was wasting my time. Now, like I say, if you're a pay-to-win player, you can just play all friggin' day. You can keep buying energy, you can increase the maximum limit to which you can use energy, and you get more energy as default if you're paying for this premium, VIP, whatever the shite it is. And it's just, like, as a free-to-play player, I feel like I'm being forced into being a casual player. I can't grind like I want to grind, and it's really annoying. It's actually annoying how little you can accomplish in the daily reset that you get. And they need to just get rid of energy completely, stop limiting people to how long they can play or how much they can do at any given time. So lastly, I want to touch on the PvP. Now, the main thing that attracted me to this game was the PvP, as the PvP is separate to the pay-to-win. You can't pay for anything that benefits you whatsoever in the PvP. It's entirely skill-based, everything is balanced. If you're level 29 in the PvE and the opponent's level 29, you're on a level playing field. The only thing that actually sort of coexist with each other is if you're not max level and someone's max level outside of the PvP arena, they will have more base damage than you. That's the only thing that will affect it, so it encourages you to level up your character to max level, get the different gear slots and the different skills. Obviously, the higher level you are, the more class skills you've got, the more you can do, the more combos you can do, whatever. But the game claims to be balanced, but it's not. Now, I play Elementalist. It's one of the possible worst PvP classes to be. I mean, I didn't know this till I hit max level. I spent a lot of the time through bronze and silver and stuff, absolutely annihilating everybody. The second I hit gold, the game the PvP part of the game completely changed. Everything became 100% more difficult. Now, I thought it was myself. I was level 58 at the time, and I thought, right, I'm not level 60, this is what's going on. So I leveled myself up, tried again, completely the same experience. So what happened was, I was against new players or potentially bots for the first 8 or so ranks, and then once I started hitting more experienced players, I was struggling, and I thought, it's probably my issue. I'll change my skills around, I'll change my strategy, and certain classes do more PvP damage than other classes. So you've got the Starbreaker, you've got the Gunner, you've got the Magician and stuff that are classed as meta classes for PvP. They are unbalanced, they do more damage, they've got more health, they take less damage, and the balancing just gets thrown completely out the window. It was at this point I started really getting frustrated with the PvP. I was getting angry, I was switching the game off, having breaks and stuff. The fun was sucked right out of it because I didn't feel like the PvP was balanced anymore. I felt like it was focused on certain classes that are overpowered versus classes that aren't overpowered. And there was like, see, I would win one game and I would lose 6, and I would win another one, then I would lose 6, and it was just like a repetition of that. And it didn't matter what I did, skills-wise, strategy-wise, if I got stun locked. Stun lock's a thing. Someone stuns you. You can't move for 20 seconds, and you literally just have to look at your screen while you get hit over and over. Half your HP bar's gone, and then I try and stun someone with my mage, and because it's not a proper meta class, the stun doesn't affect them as much, and they end up just dodging out of it and then stunning me in return. And it got very frustrating, and I thought to myself, maybe I should just make a new class or something like that, but I don't want to have to level up a different character to max level. Took us over a week because the game refuses to follow its own statement and balance the PvP. It's not balanced whatsoever. It's not skill based, it's class based. Specific classes will automatically do better than other ones no matter what you do. Anyway, guys, this has been my honest review of Crystal of Atlan. There's a lot of things I don't like about the game. There's a couple of things I did like about the game. I'd love to know your comments down below. Are you still playing this? Do you not care? Are you wheeling it and it's getting too easy? I would love to know down in the comments what your thoughts are on everything I've said in the video. But for now, I'm going to stop playing this. I haven't played it in about 3 days now. Queenie stopped playing it. It's just not enjoyable as an experience for me anymore. But thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you have enjoyed it. Do subscribe to the channel and keep an eye out for whatever game I play next. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.